I started coaching Elias in July this year. He called me and asked if I wanted to work with him, and we tried a little bit for a few weeks. So now I have been coaching him for 6 months almost. And I travel. I practice with him at home in Sweden, and I travel with him maybe 10 weeks, 12 weeks every year. So it's kind of a half-time, part-time job. He has a good chance. He can go all the way, of course. He won challengers before, and it's a really tough tournament, so I think anyone can win. But when he plays really good, for sure he's a player that can win challengers and even matches on the ITV tour. So our goal is, of course, to win, but we also know it's very difficult. He has to play well. Sometimes, I miss it a lot. When I come back to tournaments, I start to remember all the feelings, trainings, preparing for matches. It was a good feeling. I had many good years, and it's getting easier and easier because now, as you said, it's like six years ago I played, and it's easier. In the beginning it was much more difficult because I missed it, and also sometimes when I still see same players that I used to play against, are still playing, then it's a little bit frustrating. But sometimes I think it could have happened when I was 18 or something, so I was lucky I had a couple of good years. I always played well in France. I won the title in Marseille. In Lyon I won 2 times, and I always played very good tennis here, and I like it because I always said that when you play in France, you know that tennis, you really feel that tennis is a big sport, and the people that come to watch, they really know tennis, they're interested in tennis. So it creates a really nice atmosphere to the players to play in this country. Okay. Yeah. So I started 4 years ago. I started my own brand. It started with tennis balls. Now we have strings and grips and all tennis accessories. So that's what I work with Elias part-time, and the other time I work with my own brand. So it's only tennis for me. I'm not playing myself, but it's still tennis, which is very nice. And as a tribute to my first string, I named it Lyon because I won my first title. So it's really nice to stay in the tennis business. The memories, I really remember is, of course, when I reached my first Grand Slam final in Paris. Also, one really good memory I have is when I was, I think, 19. I had a wild card for the Stockholm Open ATP tournament. I went to the finals. It was a dream for me. Also, when I won Swedish Open in Boston, it's always special to win in your home country. And I had so many good memories. It's just a shame I couldn't play longer. But I traveled the world. I made friends everywhere. So I'm really happy that I got the chance to play professional tennis. For many years, not really many young players came up. The top was still the same. But now it's starting to come up with good new players. Zverev is number 3 in the world now. He's only 21 years old. And you have a couple of this next generation. So finally it's starting to come up with Federer and Nadal and Murray, Djokovic. They have to stop because they cannot play forever. And then it's really important that we have good players coming up to make the sport popular, because what we had the last 10-15 years, it's just extraordinary. We have maybe the best players of all time, 3 or 4 of them playing at the same time. It's just crazy. Maybe next year I will start to play a little bit Legends tournaments. In the French, I don't know, but hopefully, I always feel really good coming into Roland Garros and to France, so maybe I will play again one day.